Hello, guys. Welcome back to Advocates for Justice Paralegal School. We are different and we prove it. Today, we're going to review a couple of key documents attorneys used against you in your foreclosure. Front page of the petition, and I'm going to show you a few things that are wrong with it. And then we're also going to take a look at the signing page, a copy of the alleged contract, the promissory note. Now, I'm going to show you guys why you should add the file number to your lawsuit underneath the case number. And I'm going to tell you what I think the file number is. And I had the file number on a couple of the documents that I have. I think I had it on the jurisdiction of challenge affidavit, and it confused a lot of people. And it was just, people, you guys got to have an open mind about what we're doing here, because what I'm doing is not what everybody does all the time. Like, for instance, having the attorney general on there, you're going to have to serve the attorney general if you have to sue the judge. So it's not that, putting the attorney general on there is something that you're going to do, hoping that the attorney general will get involved and put some pressure on them to figure out what's going on over here and do something about it, because what you're bringing to the table, they're not going to be able to respond to. So I've done my homework before monetizing my offer. I went as far as battling with the Kansas Assistant Attorney General, who was trying to intimidate me into shutting down. I have a long list of attorneys, probably 14 or so attorneys, that have sent me correspondence in the mail wanting to investigate me for the unauthorized practice of law without a license and for offering legal advice. Long story short, I'm still here educating and coaching. Now, I had an attorney one day ask me if I knew I was giving out legal advice and practicing law without a license. And I told him that he was confused. The advice that I give out is guys' advice, not legal advice. And there's no such thing as a license to practice law. Under Swear versus the Board of Examiners, the Supreme Court has ruled that no state can license the practice of law. So I can't be unlawfully practicing law if there's no license to practice law in the first place. And at the end of the day, it's not about the law. It's about public policy. That's what it's about. And usually when I let them know that, I just tell them, look, show me your license. Message me a copy of your license and I'll shut the hell up and get out of your face. Tell you can show me your license, you're going to need to shut up and get out of my face. Now, guys, the best way to handle the transition from fraud of the conventional program that you were taught to the real fraud is to just jump in and start rowing. Don't look back. Okay, don't look back to what you did before that didn't make sense, because that didn't help you then, and it's not going to help you now. I tell people, don't look back. I don't want to hear what you were doing with the attorney, with the whatever, because we're on a whole different program now, and you need to stay looking forward where you're going and not looking back where you came from. Because if you was happy about where you came from, you wouldn't be here riding with us right now. So you must remember, you are not going to be able to make sense with everything that I coach and that I do and understand the documents all the way. If you could make sense of everything, you would not need my help. You got to remember, I'm still learning also. So I have some people call me and, well, this file and that didn't. Well, you know what? If it wasn't for the corruption and the fraud, my stuff would work hands down. And one of the things that I want to tell people too is you should go and check out my heartfelt Google reviews. They speak for themselves about the value in my program. I have not seen another legal service with the reviews that I have. So I'm just going to throw that right out there. I'm very proud of them. The value of my program depends on your ability to follow the instructions and strategies laid out in the instructional videos. So if you don't watch the videos before you go to the table, then you really can't complain if they don't take your stuff or they send you on a wild goose chase or they make your life miserable, because you don't really know what to say when they start their BS. You can't consider my stuff the same as conventional. They're not going to want to file it. They're going to try everything they can to get out of filing it. And that's a tribute to what I've done here or what we're doing. It is really. The clerk will block you from filing if they can scare you into believing that your document is garbage. They've told people off. See, people need to understand this program that I put together with the help of the 595 members of our private Facebook group. Now, our team has allowed me to use the real-time feedback to add things, to change the program, to change the strategies so that we screw the door shut on the excuses that the attorneys are trying to use. And the real-time feedback from team members from all across the United States of America have helped me build the program that we have now. So it's not going to make sense to most people. Okay? And if you understand why I'm here and why I'm doing this, then you would know that your best bet is just trust me and get your stuff filed. You can pick at it later after you secure your property and get them answering to you instead of you answering to them. Now, the clerk is going to do whatever they can to block you from filing your stuff on the record. They're going to tell you it's garbage. They're going to tell you that whoever helped you was a sovereign citizen and they don't know shit. They're going to tell you that, they're going to tell you all kinds of stuff, that you can't file this stuff. They're going to tell you you have to remove the attorney. You can't add the attorney as number one defendant. They're going to tell you all kinds of stuff. But you need to understand that all of the bar members stick together. And that's the problem that we have right now. If people believe what they tell them, you're not going to do well in my program. If you find yourself in a situation where the clerk is challenging you must challenge them by letting them know that your legal team put this together and you're paying them a lot of money and your legal team is all over this. And when the clerks open their mouth, they're lying. They're bar members or featured bar members. And we already know the way to tell when a bar member is lying is see if their mouth's moving. So you never want to let them see you doubt what you're doing, okay? You never want to let them see you doubt what you're doing. If they oppose you for something, you need to argue it back with them. At the end of the, I would tell, hey, my legal team's going to need to know who you are, your employee number or something, so that we can add you to our claim. Anybody that's helping the attorney steal your house is going to be added to the claim. That's just the way it's going to roll here. Okay, we don't believe in all of that stuff like attorneys have a license and the lender's the one suing you, because the lender's not the one suing you and attorneys don't have a license. Most of that stuff that you believe from the conventional program is lies and BS. And that's why it's more advantageous for you when you get in my program and you forget about all of that stuff, to wipe it out and start learning new stuff. And I'll tell you, if you don't look back, just jump in and start rowing, pretty soon you'll catch on. You'll catch on. And one of the things that people need to understand too, that in my program, it's not about getting this stuff so the judge can rule in your favor, because that shit never happens. I've never seen it happen. I've been doing this for a minute. I've never seen that happen. What this is about in my program is getting the information on the record that you need to go after the judge when the judge throws you under the bus to help the attorneys, because the attorneys are going to need help getting off underneath what we got going on here. I'm going to post a few links in the description, in the comment section below, and the description to a couple of the new offers that I have put together. And you guys make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you get notification when class starts. And let's just go ahead and share the screen and take a look at the documents that we're going to talk about today. Okay, so this is what we got here. Now, this is a copy of a petition that was served on the family member that I've been helping, and we've been dragging these people, these attorneys. They're on their 9th attorney, I think, right now. And I think the case has been going on 1 year and 4 months or something. And I think they've had one Zoom hearing, and the attorneys are having a hard time. So the attorney finally got a judge to dismiss all of our stuff. And then we just went ahead and filed the reconsideration package, which has the motion for objection and reconsideration against the judge. And then we filed a motion to recuse the judge. People don't realize that to recuse the judge, all you have to do is show the appearance of impartiality. You don't have to prove a bunch of stuff. So you can show the appearance of impartiality. You got it going on. One of the things we're going to talk about here, well, first here, the attorney that filed this originally did a really poor job of their fraud. First of all, They're suing us for chapter 60, the whole chapter. So I guess we violated everything in the chapter, which is ridiculous. And this is grounds right here is grounds enough for failure to state a claim, because you can't defend this if you don't know what part of chapter 60 they're saying that you violated. But the main thing that we want to talk about is this file number right here. Okay, this is the thing right here. This file number. Now, this file number, in my opinion, is the file number of your case in the administrative court. Okay, this is like the real case number for what's really going on, because the case number up here is BS. Okay, and everything that's filed in this case number is BS, lies, and all of that. You know, this is the case number for the administrative part, and this is my opinion. And one of the main reasons that I came to this conclusion is because of the non-judicial situation. The way the non-judicial situation is set up, they sell your house in 30 days. Well, they have to have a case number in the court to sell your house, because they have to have a program set up to contact, to send your stuff over to the people to the thieves that's going to be selling it, to the sheriff department that's going to come out and conspire to kick you off the property. All of that stuff has to be coordinated, and it starts out with the case number, but they don't want people to know about this. And this is why I would put this case number on your lawsuit, because you want to make sure your lawsuit is connected to this case number right here, or excuse me, file number. You want to make sure that your lawsuit is connected to this file number. So you want to add this file number right underneath your case number over here, or on top of it, or somewhere. I would put it at the top of the page, because this is actually more important than your court case number, because the court case number is BS, if you ask me. Okay. Now, I had this number on some of my documents, and it confused everybody and made a big deal because people didn't understand. And a lot of times people think I don't know what I'm talking about when I'm telling them this stuff, but I have a pretty good idea, and I've been doing this for a while. And with the help of everybody, it helped me be able to see through the holes and come up with the stuff. So that's the first document that I wanted to show you guys. This file number should always be on your lawsuit if you're in a foreclosure. Okay. Now, this is real interesting, and I love this. This is the last page of the promissory note, the alleged contract. Okay. And if you'll look and see right here, the bank didn't sign this. Okay. The borrower signed right here, and you can read this. This is set up for the co-signer to sign. So where the bank is using this to show that there was a contract and you're in default, but, oh, wait, there is a signature right here. There's a signature right here from the bank president, Mr. Vice President Frank Myers, and he stamped paid to the order of, without recourse, on the U.S. Citibank and a successor in interest and merger. Okay, so what he done here was turn this into a security, like a check, and process it through the Federal Reserve for the alleged loan. And according to modern money mechanics, when they process this through the Federal Reserve, they're actually granted 9 times the amount in a demand deposit account. And then they write a check for one time from that account and to pay for it. And that's why you don't see the money. If you borrow money from HFC or one of those loan places, they give you the check, you go buy whatever you want. But when you're buying property, they don't do it that way, because it's fraud. It's fraud. So the bank president, this person here, is the one that got your money. And your money your signature is what generated that money. Your signature right here is what generated that money. These people turned this into a security. They turned it into a check after you left the table without even telling you. And they processed it through the Federal Reserve. So they never loaned you any money. What they did was they did an exchange for your signature for the promissory note. And then they made you pay them back after your signature was the one that generated the money. And I have, and a lot of times I have attorneys on Facebook that attack me all the time with this. And especially when they see the property tax stuff and we start talking about the real estate deed fraud and all that, they get really pissed. And you know what I tell them? This is what I tell them. I tell them, if you have several people that own property, before a lien can be placed on that property, everybody that owns that property would have to be there to sign, right? Yep. So the fact that the bank accepted your signature on the mortgage lien against your property proves that you own the property free and clear. Bam. I haven't had one person argue that. That usually shuts him up, and I don't hear no more out of him. And it's true. It's true. Think about it. Now think about this. So the real estate deed fraud occurs when they fail to deliver your deed to you. Okay, your state deed transfer laws mandate that deed is supposed to be delivered to you after signing and paying. But that's not what happened. You didn't get your deed, did you? Hell no. What happened is what they call a constructive delivery, and they registered your deed in the county recorder's office. And they made you think that was part of the process and that you had to do that so no one else can get it on your property and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? There's no law that mandates that you have to register your deed in their office. There's no law that mandates you have to do that. And do you know what the first illegal lien was that was placed against your property after it was registered? Yep, it was the mortgage lien. Because we already covered the fact that your signature generated the alleged electronic credits that they're saying was the funding that they loaned you. So they never made you no loan. And once they registered your deed, that allowed the bar members to sign put the mortgage lien against your property and trick you. And that's why we have the eliminated property tax lawsuit packages set up to address that problem. Now, I call it eliminate property tax because if I told people, okay, we're going to help you get control of your deed to your property, most people say, well, I have the control of the deed to my property. It's registered in the office. They're keeping real close, real good care of it. Yeah, they are. As soon as they register it, they start charging your property tax. They file a lien against your property for the alleged mortgage loan. And that's significant. That is significant because think about this. If your deed was not in their office, would you have to pay the mortgage? Huh? If your deed's not in their office, it's a problem for them. It's a problem for the bank. If your deed is not registered in their office, the bank can't put the lien on your property. So if you remove your deed from their office, you see where I'm going with this. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. So here you can see it says sign original only. Oh, wait. Yep. Sign original only. This is not the original. Huh. And it says right up here is a copy. How could they use this to show that there was a loan? So let me explain to you what I'm talking about. Once this is done right here, once that's done, this is a security, okay? It's like a check. You cannot make a copy of a security and file it in court to verify that there was a contract or a loan. That would be counterfeiting and in violation of the federal security laws. Yep, keep it simple. Yep, you cannot make a copy of a security and use it in commerce. It's totally illegal. Now, let's scroll down here. And what is this? Now, I did not black this out. You can tell There's what I blacked out. Okay. That's nice and neat right here. And this is what they blacked out. So why the hell would they want to black this out? The application number. The application number, is that the application that they use to process through the Federal Reserve? An account number. What account number are they referring to? Is this the account number that they use to put that 9 times the amount, according to modern money mechanics, into that demand deposit account? Is this the account number for that? Why are these blacked out? I wonder if this account number is the same as the file number. No, I don't think it is, because it doesn't appear to be long as the file number. But yeah, you see what I'm saying here. And then down here, this says it's a modified form. Oh, wait, they told the court this was a contract, and this is the contract that proves that there was a debt and that you owe money. But down here it says this is a modified form. Modified form. Interesting how things can get picked apart when you take a few minutes to look at all of the words on the page. So I hope this open up your eyes, and I hope you can see that you need to put that file number on there to get their attention. I can't wait to see how they freak out when they figure out about the file number. And boy, would I like to be able to see the account number down here and the application number. So maybe someday we'll figure out exactly what the account number is and the application number is. But until then, we need to use the file number, because we know what that is. So that's all I got tonight, guys. I just wanted to take a few minutes and show you guys these couple of documents. And I'm also going to post a link to a couple of my new offers that I have. One of them is credit card lawsuit. If you had to use your credit card during the pandemic to take care of your family, and now you're worried about the attorneys coming after you or attacking your bank account, then you need to get the credit card lawsuit package and stick it in their face. It's undefeated, and a lot of people are using it. And I also have a new package for property investors. The online course, I actually restructured the online course. So any property investors who have tenants who like lost their job during the pandemic and now can't pay the rent, and now your property is facing foreclosures, I have the online course put together that will help you fight that. In my online course, you would be able to manage several properties at different stages in the foreclosure process without a problem. You can actually even have a foreclosure team take the online course and figure out how to take care of all your properties, even in different states. Okay, it doesn't matter where your stuff is at. Everything that I do pretty much with federal case law, and that allows people to file my stuff in all different states because we use federal case law. Even the stuff that you have to file in state court to blow that up, we use federal case law in. And I have the case law that supports the fact that you can use federal case law in state court, just like you use Supreme Court case law in federal court or state court, because federal court is higher court than state court. So you can use it. They don't like it. They whine about it, but we don't care because we can do it. We're not attorneys, and we don't have to follow their stupid rules, and we don't have to do everything the same way, and we don't have to file the same paperwork they file or do any of that. And if they tried to make you do that, you need to understand that they're trying to make you follow the local rules that they set up for attorneys to use to help throw people under the bus faster. And the local rules are ridiculous and haven't gone through the process with the legislative to be considered legally binding on the public. So that's the deal with the local rules. Now, if you have trouble filing your stuff, and we've had a couple issues with that this week, you need to make sure that you understand filing requirement statute. You need to have on your document on the front page somewhere near the top so that they can see you know what's up. And then you want to refer to that. And the funny thing is, everybody follows the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure, even in state court. So if we're all supposed to follow federal rules of civil procedure, well, why the hell do they have local rules that are different than the federal rules of civil procedure? Mm-hmm. And that's where I came up with the idea of using federal case law in all of my stuff. And then I found the case law to support that and put it right in the documents. So that's how we do that. I want to thank you guys for hanging with me tonight. Make sure you check out the next video. And Saturdays, we have our live stream Saturdays after 9 o'clock. And this Saturday, we're going to go over a couple of documents in our stream. So I will see you guys then.